Hey, hey, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome back. We have so much to catch up on. I feel like we have talked about a lot the first time, but now we have a lot to catch up on. Thank you so much, Decoy Mandy. I appreciate that. I'm gonna unplug my headphones real quick. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. How's everybody doing, by the way? Um, some of the things that I did want to talk about, thank you for that response. Some of the things that I did want to talk about is what we have learned since the last time we chatted, which I believe was on Wednesday. And man, oh man, I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos that I've been uploading, but there's literally been something happening every single day. Like, as soon as we stopped streaming, as soon as I stopped my stream, I believe a video came out. Her Kendra's intake video came out, which I want to discuss that part as well because that was, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you guys. That was really sad to see. I mean, you can look at her face and tell she's uncomfortable. She's probably just wondering, like, how did I get myself into this mess? Not only that, on top of that, she's trying to process what her future is going to look like and trying to process at the same time what Joe has done. You see what I'm saying? So she's in the middle of her own case, which she has been charged. Now she still has to worry about what is her future going to look like if things go south, which there is a high possibility that Joe can be put away for some decades, you know? Um, but I did want to talk to you guys about welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys for joining. Like this live so we can get more people in here and have a full-blown discussion because I have a lot to talk about. Hopefully you guys have been following everything that I've been updating you on in my actual videos, but I just said I want to go live so that we all can kind of catch up. Catherine, you are right. There has been so much drama with this family. And one thing I did want to mention is the article that came out with People Magazine. So I'm going to try to find that article and read it out to you guys because I was just stunned. I was stunned about what was said, and I'm trying to figure out who is leaking all of this information. Some people say it's Cousin Amy. Some people say it's Cousin Amy's mom. Who do you guys think is leaking these details? Because if you guys remember, when Kendra was arrested, there was no specifics other than the child endangerment and false imprisonment. There was really no details as to what actually happened, you know? But we got details now from the article in People Magazine. So I'm gonna try to find that article real quick. What is it? Oh, that's all the way on Friday. And again, you probably have already seen it. You probably already read it. But for those who have not read it, I am going to get it pulled up here. And of course, I cannot find it anywhere. But basically, all in a nutshell, it said that a close friend of the family, we don't know who that is. We don't know who this close friend of the family is. But a close friend of the family has revealed the reason why Kendra was taken in and charged for child endangerment and false imprisonment. Catherine put, are all the boys a bad seed? Who's next? I was literally just saying that to my husband earlier today. I said it would be something if they all really had some skeletons, but obviously, you know, things come out when they're going to come out. And what's done in the dark will come to light. I guarantee you. I'm trying to find the article, you guys. So is cousin Amy the one that's leaking this information? Because she's really been the only one that's talking. I mean, Jill, she's talking, but she really has only been giving her statements and her opinion on everything. She hasn't really been doing any interviews. Okay, so I found it here. So Shirka 55 has a question for everyone. If you'd like to answer her, go ahead and answer, you guys. She said, do you have a job? And are all y'all just interested in other people's business? So answer that for her, you guys, because I think she wants to know. Because I know she's not talking to me, because this is obviously my job and I get paid for it. So, all right. So it says a source close to the family is now telling people why Kendra ended up behind bars on charges that could carry an 8-year prison sentence. Now, that right there in itself is mind boggling. 8 years for false imprisonment and child endangerment. She better get her a good attorney. That's all I have to say. Um, this source put, I can tell you the arrest was a result of a home inspection and the door locks being on the exterior of the doors. A source close to the family tells People magazine. Um, so that source to me is up in there. We don't know who that source is, but something tells me it could be cousin Amy that's revealing all these things. Because, like I said, she's been the only one talking. Angel said, "I'm wondering if Joe did with his whatever happened to him in the Duggar house after Josh's first issue." That's a great question. Um, yeah, and I don't have my mods in here yet, so we can just let her talk. Shirka talk, if that's how you pronounce her name. Yeah, she probably doesn't get a lot of attention at home, so this is the only way she can get someone to actually talk to her. Decoy Mandy, you said it is pretty telling when Joe and Kendra have a no contact order with Kendra's family. Yes, that's very telling, very telling. And I'll get to that in a bit, but let's get back to the inspection and the door locks being on the exterior of the doors. So if you guys remember, um, oh, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Um, okay, so back when Jim Bob and Michelle did an interview with Megyn Kelly about the incident with Josh and everything that came out that was exposed by In Touch magazine. You guys remember that, right? So Michelle explained that because Megan Kelly wanted to know, now that Josh is back in the home, well, when he was back in the home, what did you guys do to make sure this does not happen again? Michelle said that they have a lot of safeguards in place. They don't let the kids sit in anyone's laps, and they don't go and play in rooms together. And she also said that they put locks on the outside of the doors. So this is something that's very common. Hopefully I can link and find the article once this live is over. But having locks on the outside of the door is something very common in the Duggar household. So if Kendra is in trouble for only the door locks, then I think the entire family needs to be investigated, because this is exactly what Michelle did for the boys' room, which I think is very interesting because they have a huge house. Like, I'm pretty sure all of you have seen their home. On the layout, the boys' room, when you go up the stairs, the boys' room is on the right-hand side. You have to cross over the boys' room. You have to go on the, what do you call it, a catwalk? You have to go across the catwalk. Then you have to pass Michelle and Jim Bob's bedroom before you get to the girls' room. And the girls' room is right there. There's one room for all the girls. Now, mind you, she has 19 kids. One room for all of the girls, and then one room for all the boys. And then you have one room for Jim Bob and Michelle. I mean, of course, she claimed that that's how they wanted it. They didn't want it to be separated. They all want it to be together in one room. And I'm like, okay, I highly, highly doubt that, because some of the kids were significantly younger than the older kids. So what teenager would want a 5-year-old sharing room with them? You know what I mean? Emerald CCU said legally the locks alone would not be enough. I think she would not cooperate. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, oh, and thank you as well. I see you guys' comments. Thank you for that. The locks being on the outside of the door, I feel like is only a fraction of everything else. I don't think that's the only thing, because like I said, Michelle has openly admitted that she has put locks on the outside of the door for safeguards so that nothing will happen again like what happened with Josh back in 2003. So back to Kendra. I know a lot of people were saying that they have like a no contact order and all this, but what I saw on the Reddit forum was that the Caldwells are moving. It looks like they're selling a bunch of their stuff on Facebook Market. So that's interesting that they are now up and moving. I don't have very many details on that. If you guys find an article or something, you could pull that up. But yeah, it looks like they're moving. According to a couple of their Facebook posts said, we are moving, we're selling a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I don't know the relationship, and I'm not going to pretend to know the relationship between the Caldwells and the Duggars, but what I do know is there has been some history of tension between the two. And that goes way back. Let me read what. Hi, Bella. Welcome back. How are you feeling today? Bella says that the locks are fire danger. Yeah, it definitely is a fire danger, because if something happens, they're not able to get out easily. So yeah, that would be a major problem. But when you guys say it's a fire danger and all that, but what's confusing for me is, and I'm not going to pretend to know, I'm just going to simply tell you I'm confused, is if it's just a safety issue, why is she being charged? You see what I'm saying? With false imprisonment and child neglect. If it's just like a fire hazard, couldn't they just go there and say, hey, take these locks off? You know what I mean? I would think that that would be a simple fix instead of just slapping charges on her saying that, hey, Kendra, you're neglecting your children or you're endangering them. I feel like there has to be more. Because if I had locks on the outside of my doors, let's just say I was oblivious to what the consequences were and why that's a hazard, I would hope I wouldn't go to jail because I have them on the outside of my door. You see what I'm saying? They had to have found something more than just that in their investigation. Cindy said, how old is their youngest child? I believe 3 or 4. Because at one point she was having them back to back. I know they're like doorstep kids. Angie, you said she's not going to jail for 8 years. She has been charged with misdemeanors. Well, what I have read is that it depends on the severity of her charges. So, they could be felonies depending on how serious it is. So I don't think any of us would really know what she's facing until she actually makes her first appearance, which is supposed to be on April 29th. Bella, you said something is going on. It's in possibly redacted until we get the FOI records or court. Okay. Yeah, because it has to be something more. It can't just be locks because I'm sure there's thousands and thousands of people that probably are doing that and unaware. Is it normal? No, I'm not trying to normalize it. I'm just saying it's probably more common than we think. Um, yeah, it is pretty bizarre. So I did want to, because I'm not going to be on live long, probably just maybe 15 more minutes, because I'm a little bit tired, but I did want to share with you guys that Jana has been deleting comments on her social media, and she has also limited who can comment on her posts. This just happened because it wasn't like that a couple days ago. But I went on there just to read to see what people were saying. Of course, there's a lot of people saying praying for you, which is expected. But then some of the comments that I see that are added, they're not there anymore. And of course, I commented and my comment was deleted. It was nothing bad, but it was deleted. So Jana is just not having it. She's limited it, and I'm pretty sure she is over it. Jessa is as well. She's been deleting comments left and right. People have told me. In which Jessa, she's one of the ones, she made a statement, and about an hour later, she took down her statement because, of course, right after her statement, the news broke that Kendra was being charged as well. So do we think that Kendra would say, because I mean, I'm pretty sure this would be an easy case for her because she could easily say, hey, I was told to do this by XYZ. If she doesn't take ownership of it, I'm pretty sure it could be like a slap on the wrist or probation. If anybody has any details on how serious her consequences could be, just let me know. Cecilia, you put, I do not understand why they didn't go to the back of the house to get Kendra. I don't understand that question. Okay, so as far as like Kendra and her whereabouts and where she's living and all that, so I don't know if you guys saw the video that I posted yesterday where the paparazzi or reporter, whoever he was, he, I guess, somehow found out where Michelle went after she picked up Kendra. That spot, that little wooded area, that's one of Kendra and Joe's vacation homes. So that's like a vacation rental. So that's nothing permanent. I think they're just there hiding out. And that's just my opinion. But Michelle was there. She was, screaming at him saying that there's kids here. I'm protecting these kids, which is also an interesting statement coming from her. But yeah, the paparazzi was out of line to follow her there, however he got there, because no one wants to be followed during a time like this. But it was so interesting to see Michelle just completely lose it. Like, she was out of line. She wasn't out of line, but how she was screaming and stuff, it really shocked me. Bella, you said Michelle was really, really aggressive. So you saw the video as well. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It just really shocked me because we've never seen her like that. We always see Michelle with this quiet, soft-spoken voice, like she doesn't get loud, but she was like, you need to leave. This is private property. Like, I've never seen her like that, even in the worst of times, even when everything went down with Josh. I've never seen her raise her voice like that. Even Ginger or Jill, one of them said in their book that they've never seen their mom raise her voice, ever. So that was interesting to see her get caught off guard like that. You said she looked frantic. Yeah. So, Murda, is that how you say your name? You said you read that the kids were removed from Kendra's custody. There's no truth to that. There's supposed to be a mandatory child custody hearing, which has not happened. So as far as I know, she still has her kids. The kids were with her when she was released from jail. So don't believe everything you read unless you see something substantial like court records from a hearing saying that she had to give up ownership of her kids. Unless you see legal documents, then just don't believe everything. Even if it says a source close to the family says, that could be anybody. That could be Amy. And do you really think the family talks to Amy? No, absolutely not. You said Michelle was a cheerleader. Of course she can yell. Yeah, she can yell, but I just never seen it. I was shocked to see that. And I'm sure this will not be the last time that someone snaps a picture of them somewhere random, but I honestly think they're going to keep a low profile. The only time we will probably ever see them out of the home is at a court date or a court hearing. I don't think we will see them anywhere else. Captain Napton, if that's how you say it, you said, how do we know the kids were with her upon her release from jail? Because the full video, I actually talked to the guy. I was on TikTok and I asked him, was I able to use his clip? Because I do it the right way. I don't just steal people's work and upload it as my own. I personally asked him, questions about that interaction. And he told me um, that she had kids in the home. He couldn't make out like who the kids were, but I'm pretty sure they're her kids. Otter said, when will we know exactly what they found in specifics? I think that's going to be at her first appearance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that'll be at her first appearance, which is going to be April 29th. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a nightmare. And Kendra, if you look at the photos when she was released, her face just looks like she was numb. Like everything just happening at once. Just numb. I mean, I can't even imagine. Didn't Amy have to sign a Duggar initiated NDA at some point in the past? Yeah, she did say that. It's crazy, right? And I think the kids have to sign an NDA. Didn't Jill have to sign an NDA too? Sloan says the reason I started researching high demand religions like theirs is because I wanted to know why this stuff happens. Yeah, I think the why has been the biggest question across the board. Everybody wants to know why. Why would you need to? Why has this been becoming a pattern? And it's very interesting. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a young man named Carver. I think his last name is Bowers. But he was affiliated. I'm not going to say he dated, but he was affiliated with Johanna, which is, I believe she's 20 or 21. She's one of the girls that still lives at home. He recently, which he's married, he recently was arrested. He, of course, got bond, but he was arrested for some of the same things as well, which was very shocking. Angel, you put, yes, Jim Bob expected all the family to sign NDAs as soon as they were legal. Yes, to me, that's very, very strange. I don't know if my mom or dad came to me like, hey, you know what? Thank you for being such a great participant in this family, but hey, you happen to got a pen, so you could sign this NDA? I don't want you to reveal anything that happens in our family. I mean, that's a red flag in itself. I'm with you, Otter. I am still in disbelief that we are talking about Joseph. I mean, I'm just mind blown. Mind blown. Jim Bob has a lot to hide. I agree. I think there is a lot that's been hidden that's going to slowly start coming out. I think Kendra's going to, I'm sorry, but I think Kendra's going to tell some stuff. Where it came from, where it started, I think she's going to protect herself so that she could be with her kids. So if that requires her outing someone else, she's going to do it. And that's my opinion. Oh, yeah, I know. Jinger and Joseph were very close. She has said that multiple times. And I know she is probably really going through it. I mean, of course, she hasn't said anything yet, but they haven't been posting as they used to post every day. I mean, you guys got to understand, social media is their livelihood. Most of them, that's their livelihood. Nobody has like 9 to 5s like that. This is their livelihood. Ginger and Jeremy are content creators, and they are used to posting every day. They have not posted anything since this has happened. So I know they are just, I know they are just going through it. But Jana, she's not able to get to her family. I mean, I'm sure you guys know it's hard to get on a plane now, as the workers at the airport have not been at work because they're not getting paid. So what does that result in? Long lines. So I know she's not able to just jump on a plane and go to Arkansas as easy as she thinks it is. Yeah, Panthea, I know there has been a lot of buzz about the children not being with her or her losing custody, but you have to ask yourself, where did you get that information from? Did you read court documents or documents from Child Protective Services saying that Kendra does not have custody of her children? Or did you get it from like a content creator or a blogger? Because how would they know? You see what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, TSA issues. So, yeah, it's going to be hard because I know Ginger probably wants to come and be with her family. I know Jana wants to. There's a lot of them who don't live right there closely in Arkansas that can just hop in a car and go. Someone said also sue Joe's barber. Oh my God, y'all are crazy. I think Joe thinks he'll get off since he confessed. I don't know. I mean, he seems pretty calm and nonchalant. I mean, he was even cracking jokes in the audio. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I did upload extended version of the audio with his phone call with his legal representative or his bondsman. But he was like, yeah, it's my first time. You know, I don't know if that was a nervous laugh, because I know some people laugh when they're nervous. But he just seems chill. He doesn't seem like he's super scared. Which is very interesting. But he's got something coming for him. I'll tell you that. So I did want to ask, so Shelley said, as a judge in a nearby state, I can easily see them losing custody given the family history, Joe's charges, and depending on what they found, I'd take them. Okay. If Kendra wants a paid attorney, she has to stick with the Duggars. That is the truth. And, you know, they probably manipulate her in any way, shape, or form they can and say, look, we'll take care of you. We'll do this and that. Stay with us. You know, they're good at that. So I also had a couple questions for anyone who could actually answer. I lost my train of thought. But I know, what was I going to say? I'm sorry, you guys. Let me look at my notes here. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Josh, he made a statement. Did you guys see that? Josh made a statement, and he said that, let me just pull it up and read it. And why he's making a statement is, you know, is just insane. But he did make a statement through his attorney, which I didn't even know he had an attorney until someone in the chat told me. Because I thought he couldn't afford legal representation, but I guess he can now somehow. I guess that 50-cent pay in the jail adds up. Let's see, statement. Okay, so it says, Josh Duggar's attorney is sharing his client's response to the reports that his brother was arrested. And it says, following Joseph's arrest, Bo Brindley exclusive tells People that the brothers have not been particularly close for some time, but their family bond remains strong. Josh sympathizes with the suffering that the public spectacle of criminal accusations creates, Brindley says. He has felt the pain of false public accusation himself, and he has seen how the media sensationalizes his family's private struggles. He calls it a struggle. The attorney adds, a jury found Josh guilty of, in blank, you guys know what that is. Brindley continued by saying Josh cannot speak to his brother's guilt or innocence, but he can say that no one deserves to have their lowest moments broadcast for the world for the sake of clicks and online comments. This is crazy. The statement comes after footage of Joseph's intake video was released, which included him smiling and joking about his brother's conviction to the deputy. He put, not on this side, Joseph said while laughing. You know what? It's crazy because, like I said before, I find that funny that, excuse me, not funny, but as family, Joseph and Josh have not been in contact. And I mean, do you guys find that strange? Like, they don't communicate? They're still siblings. He made a very horrible mistake, but sounds like to me he cut him off. He said they have not been in contact, so I find that very interesting. And why is Josh even talking? Like, he doesn't deserve to make any statements. So that's super interesting. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of redactions in the documents. So, Bella, I'm trying to remember what you were telling me the last time I was on live, and you said you have to wait until Joseph gets to Florida in order to request those documents. Is that what you were saying to me? I just wanted to see if that's still a go. Sorry, the chat is going so fast. St. Elmo's said, I used two gates on doors so that my child couldn't climb over. I don't like closed doors, but only my daughter would sleepwalk at night. No problem with my boys. We found her out on the deck one night. Oh no, that is horrible. I mean, now, do you feel like this would be a situation for Kendra as far as the locks on the doors? Do you think some of the kids get out and that has become a problem, which is why? I mean, I feel like she has a lot of ways to kind of cut this cookie. You know what I mean? I feel like she has a very good, I feel like she would have a very good team to really get her off like a slap on the wrist. That's my opinion. Hav's mom said they made choices, not mistakes. I agree on that. Everything they did was their choice. Yep, and that's what happens when you're in the public eye. Joe did allegedly confess. We do not have that recording of him confessing, but trust me, it's coming. Otter, you said I heard it as a nervous laugh. Yeah, I agree, because there is a big difference. Maybe he was just trying to make light of the situation. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know. I just feel like it was bad timing. Oh, you were saying the Arkansas ones you can. Okay. Well, Shelly, can you get those for me? No, I'm kidding. I'll get them myself. Raquel said, is anything happening yet? No, nothing much is happening. We're just going over what has happened since my last live. Um, Joe's hair and his comb forward is, y'all are just crazy. So a lot of you are saying, I'm shocked. Like reading this chat, a lot of you are saying this is somewhat normal, having locks on the outside of the door. Am I reading that correctly? Let's do a poll. Because, like I said, in the interview that Michelle did with Megyn Kelly, she said that one of her safeguards was locks on the outside of the doors so that the boys would not be able to get out. Otter said, was Kendra in the dark about Joseph? This is what I want to know. I heard she had no idea what was going on. Like, blindsided completely. It's 1 year. It's 1 year per count, so it could be 8 years. Though she might not get it. Yeah, I doubt she'd go to jail, if at all, maybe a year total. But I'm no attorney, so you guys probably know better than me. So I did also want to talk about the I did want to talk about like location wise. So once, this is what I've read, once he has his first appearance and he gets bail, and he gets his terms and everything, how exactly would that work if he lives in Arkansas? What I have read was that he can request to go back home under his conditions until his trial. Is that true? Because I always thought that if you have committed a crime in Florida, you have to be in Florida until your trial. Is that correct? Okay, so Shelly says it depends on the judge. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I really, really want to see what those terms are going to be. But I do feel very strongly about part of his terms is going to be not being able to be around any children. Yeah, and Bella, I think you were the one that told me it takes about 10 days from, you know, from his first court appearance. It takes about 10 days for them to move him to Florida. Is that still correct? Because as far as I know, I don't see any updates, but I think he is still in Arkansas. You put Florida is a very, very strict state. He is being sent here to Florida. We have new laws. Governor Ron DeSantis just signed. Okay. Okay, so I don't know where I got the 10 days from, but they said you said you have 30 days for Florida to come pick Joe up. Okay. Okay. And Bella says 10 to 20 days. So probably somewhere between 1 to 30 days, I'm assuming. But when he was on the phone with his legal representative, I know the legal representative was telling him that he needs to ask one of the deputies when he will get a hearing. But see, that was before he knew that he was being extradited to Florida. Harley, are you trying to be funny? She said, "Hey, Britt, I'm glad your live is working. Keep it up." I'm glad it's working too. I'm always having technical issues, but it's okay. Marley Marilee says, "I wouldn't want to go to be with the family because I believe they know more, but I'm sure Jim Bob wants them there." Oh yeah, most definitely he wants them there. Yeah, those court dates, the April 29th court dates are for Arkansas. We don't have anything for Florida yet because obviously he's not there. And I think they said it's a 24 to 48-hour turnaround for him to get his first appearance for Florida. And then we go from there with all the terms and conditions of his bond. Marlene, you said you're shocked that Michelle approached that guy. She should have ignored him. Well, I believe she approached him like that because he was on private property. I don't know if the road was private, but I know the home was private. It looked like it was a secluded back road. So, yeah, she probably was spooked and was like, you know what, I'm taking matters in my own hands. But me personally, I am shocked about it because I would think that she would wait for Jim Bob to get there, like her call him and say, "Hey, we have someone outside of the home. Can you come and handle this?" She grew a pair, I will say that. And I've never seen her like that. Like I said in my video, maybe it was the adrenaline. Maybe she was already kind of amped up from everything that was happening. So, yeah. No, I have never heard her that loud. Never. But she said she was there protecting children, which, I understand, she wants to make sure everyone she's with is okay because she's probably feeling like, what is going on? Like, why is everyone so against just doing the right thing? I mean, two of her sons, out of 19 kids, two of them have done some very horrible things. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Their reputation is done. Is completely done. Diva Cassandra said the age of the victim will be a huge factor. Yes, I agree. I think she used that. See, when you said she was full of it when she was saying she was protecting children, I I feel like she wanted to make sure she said that on the camera so that she wouldn't get backlash and so that the person that was there filming her can look like a douche. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you saw the video, he wasn't doing anything threatening. He literally stated why he was there. But there was no children around, but she wanted to say that, I guess, to, it's everything is about image. And she now wants the world to know that she is protecting children. Although, like I said in my previous video, she did not protect her girls at all. And no matter what Jill has said in her book, that her mom has been the best, but she wasn't. She didn't protect you. She allowed her son back into the home after he did very, very horrible things. Those safeguards, what is that? He's still around his victims, the victims. How is that protecting anyone? If she sent him away to camp, if they sent him away to this Bible camp, he should have stayed there. He was already 15. He only had 3 more years before he was out on his own. He just should have stayed there. Oh, well, you came in a little bit late. Wentz's live, Rutherford, is that your name? Oh, Ruth Ferguson. You said, what about the title of this live? Well, I had already discussed it in the earlier. You can rewind it after I'm done, but I was explaining that Jana has been deleting comments, and she has limited who can comment on her photos, which has just happened because yesterday people were able to comment. I commented on her video and she has deleted it. The same with Jessa. Jessa, I was about to call her Jalessa. Jessa has been deleting comments as well. Like, they're just done. They're over it. And she just wants people to leave them alone. They don't want to have anything to do with the media, the public. They just want to be able to handle this in their own way, which I can understand. They didn't ask for their brothers to be complete monsters. But now they have to lose money. They have to lose work, what they do. They have to lose a lot, their reputation, because everybody's now pointing their fingers at the entire family like, oh, the entire family is crazy. Who's next, Saint Elmos, you said she isn't saying the truth. She said she lost custody and a RO was issued. A restraining order was issued so Kendra couldn't see the kids. She's so excited about. Yeah, I think that's distasteful. Anybody who's excited about someone losing custody of their kids is insane, because you want the kids to have a parent that loves them and is going to want nothing but the best for them. And especially when the kids, if that's all they know. So yeah, anybody getting excited over it is just insane. But don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you read. No one has custody documents saying that she lost custody. No one has disclosed those. Once I see that on paper, sealed, then I can say, oh yeah, she lost custody. But there's a process. If I am correct, Bella, there is a process when it comes to losing custody of your children. It doesn't happen overnight unless they're in immediate danger, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Amy, what I find so strange about her is she's never met Joseph's kids. She hasn't even talked to Joseph in over 5 years. So for her to have such a strong opinion about everything that's happening is a little bit cuckoo. And her claiming to know so much and you haven't even had any contact with the family, I don't know. It just makes me question her motive. That's all. Cindy, that's been another headline that someone started that rumor that her kids are Kendra and Joe's kids are in the care of child protective services and not with them or her family, which to me is so bizarre. That's false. I'm going to say that's false. Until someone proves to me otherwise with documentation that that's happening, I'm just going to say that's false. Because who would want that? What person would take kids away that's not in immediate danger, take them away, not give them to the grandparents, Kendra's mom or Joseph's mom, and just put them in foster care? Do you guys really think that's happening? Yeah, it's terrible. I'm sleepy. I know. I can smell. You said you would trust a third party source over them any day. Yeah. Yeah, and for me, I'm just in and this is just me. I'm a visual reader. Like I have to see things in order to really believe it. Like I had to see those documents that said Joe did XYZ in order to believe it. Tris said they will not disclose where the children are, and it isn't public record when they are removed. You said we have been working with CPS on a case for over a year. Okay. But see, that still doesn't mean that Kendra's kids were removed because there's no proof of that. Um, let's see. But yeah, I'll probably give it to 8 o'clock and then I'm gonna hop off. I just wanted us to have a little bit of catch up discussion here. Helen Choi said, bottom line, TLC ruins lives. So do you think TLC ruins lives or TLC just kind of enhances the craziness that was already there initially? I don't think it's a network. I think it's just things are coming out. Jessica said TLC exploits. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, there's been a lot of families that have been kind of like broken apart since they have been on the show. Like since they've been on the TLC network. Like Sister Wives. I don't know if you guys watch Sister Wives, but They started out this one big happy family, and literally, like, season by season, it was slowly crumbling. Seven Little Johnsons, you see, they were one big happy family, and now it's kind of like falling apart. China Clay said mandatory reporting by clergy is going to come into play with this case. Okay. Kiba Sim said, I got my information from Without a Crystal Ball. Oh, just lovely. The children have no say in being on TV. Kate plus 8 divorce caused the network to start paying the children separately from their parents. Oh, interesting. Oh, yes, Platteville, Jessica Rabbit. I forgot about them, Platteville as well. Because, I mean, they literally just started out this one big family unit. And, whew, Bella, yep, Little People, Big World. That's what you're talking about, right? Yep, Little People, Big World as well. It's like, what is going on? TLC is just like, okay, in this clause, your family has to fall apart. I mean, I'm not laughing at the families falling apart. I'm laughing at how ironic it is. Oh, the Willis clan was just very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. You have to be a real TLC reality TV OG to know who the Willis clan is. Yeah, Sister Wives, that's just horrible. Yeah, but it's gonna be so interesting to see what all is gonna unfold here. Um and I'm gonna be right here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna still be giving you guys the updates. I'm gonna tell you my plans, and it may not happen like this. When and if this case comes about in Florida, I want to at some point cover that case in Florida because I don't live too far from there. But that's yet to be determined. Casey said there are many examples of TLC exploiting situations that have gotten out of control and even encouraging ridiculous behavior. Yeah, I can agree. Why did Michelle not protect her girls? I don't know. I think because she was trying to protect her boys as well. And I guess if she had to choose, I guess she chose to protect Josh. Shannon, that's what a lot of people have been saying in the chat. They don't think Joe really realizes the gravity of the situation. Oh, Bella, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so the poll, a lot of people said 26% said it depends. 4% of you said yes, it is normal to have locks on the outside of the bedroom for child safety. And 70% of you said never. Because, I mean, I saw a lot of you in the comments saying that the child locks on the outside of the door is kind of normal if you have sleepwalkers or if you have young ones that often try to escape for whatever reason. Kelly Palmer, thank you for stopping in. I will see you on my next live. I appreciate you. Okay, let's see. Maple Tree said when Jana was charged with child endangerment, did she have to register for life in Arkansas? And I wonder if that influenced her decision to move to Nebraska. That's a great question, and I don't have an answer for that. Maybe someone else can answer that for you, hun. Here are those doorknob plastic child safety things that you can get, but don't put locks on your doors. Okay. And also, a lot of you were saying that that was a fire hazard, but a lot of you were saying that um, it's normal. So, yeah, I personally would never lock my child inside of a bedroom, no matter what the circumstances. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are alternatives. Um, yeah, it definitely had to be. Thank you, Bella, for keeping everybody updated. I'm going to hang on here about 10 more minutes, you guys.
There's room for everybody.
Oh, you know what I can do? I can play the phone call. Let me play that real quick.
Hey, I'm over here at the.
Okay. I'm just playing the phone call of Joe and his legal representative or bail bondsman.
Joe Duggar here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm over here at the Washington County.
Yeah.
I don't know if my dad mentioned it to you or not.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we needed to talk sometime about things or how the process works here on this side, or if you know anything.
Well,
I do.
yeah. The only issue. Well, you're there. You're in custody pending the issuance of a governor's warrant by the state of Florida. And you can be held for 30 days. Now you may be entitled to bond. Have they talked to you about? Now you're not static.
Yeah.
Have they talked about?
Nobody.
Have they talked to you about bond?
Nothing. No.
Okay. They haven't said they're going to bring you before a judge anytime soon.
No, nothing of that sort.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only issue you've got now while you're in Washington County. You want to be out. And you got ties to the community, you got your family here. I mean, the judge should set a bond, in which case you'll be out pending Arkansas receipt of a governor's warrant from Florida. It's called extradition, which you may have heard of, but
Okay.
But yeah, that's the only issue you got here in Arkansas. So,
Okay. All right.
they should. And they should. I mean, you should appear before the judge for bond, but let me know if that happens.
Okay.
If not, we might be able to get you in front of a judge for that.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes remaining on this call.
I guess if that's it, I guess we'll just, thank you. Yeah, if that's it, then I guess we can, circle back if we hear anything.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with this process since it's,
Okay.
the first time.
Well, if you, yeah, I understand. But, you know, if you bump into a deputy or something, say, ask if they're getting a bond hearing.
Okay. I'll ask that. All right, thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye.
The investigation didn't stop there. Days later.
So yeah, that was the recording of Joseph and the individual who he called, that I'm assuming his dad is in contact with as well. So that goes to show Jim Bob is going to go the extra mile for Joseph, like he did Josh, and make sure he has the best legal counsel, the best team surrounding him to try to get him off. Casey said, we had a foster home here closed down completely for placing locks on the outside of the doors. There's a reason why that is hard to explain when people arrive. Okay. Yeah, good luck, Jim Bob, on that one. And I'm pretty sure they're going to lay it all out for him, all the possibilities, because, I mean, there's just so much he's up against right now, I'm telling you. Jessica Rabbit said, unless, sorry, I lost my spot. Unless they can suppress his confession, they will have a difficult time getting him off. Yeah, so Jim Bob has no amount of money that can brush this under the rug. Yep. That's right. And I think they really were in for a rude awakening with their last son. I think they really thought as much money as they spent, then Josh would be walking. But nope. You said it's strange looking at the real expressions on their faces and not fake smiles. Oh, yeah. Definitely is. And what really shocked me was the mugshot of Kendra. Like, I've never seen her not smile. And that was just, it was so shocking. I'm going to give it about 4 more minutes, guys, and we're going to hop off here because we don't have anything else coming in as far as updates. I think we pretty much covered everything. If there's anything that you feel like we haven't covered, just put it in the chat so we can talk about it within these next couple minutes. It's about to be in 1 minute, Liz Ann. Oh, I really enjoyed y'all. I really love having this community. I mean, you guys just really make me happy that we can all come here and discuss, because I literally have no one else to talk to about this. And I'm so happy that I have a community like you guys. And some of you are really loyal, and I appreciate that. Harley, you said cooking while listening. Have a good one. Oh, what are you cooking, Harley? I bet it's something good. I can smell it through my computer. Thank you, Jessica Rabbit. Shout her out. You too. And trust me, if there's anything that comes out before I can get a chance to get a video, I will go live again. And maybe tomorrow. I don't know. So you guys just make sure you're subscribed. Stay tuned so you won't miss out on any more updates. Thank you. Also, special shout out to my mod, Bella Italian. She has been the best. Shout her out. And I will see you guys next time. Continue watching my other updates on my regular videos. And I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.